Also, if you also think of those R&B songs, those R&B songs that meant up to be a lot feminine. That one song that says, I'll cook for you, I'll wash as soon
I
as you come
pay
home.
your rent. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
Babyface.
yeah, like come on. They so what they're basically saying is the man is gonna provide because it says he's gonna pay his the rent, right? He said he's taking care of the bills, and then he's also gonna come home and cook and clean. And so like those R&B songs really did and I can understand men who a lot of men in our black community were raised by single moms. They don't know the dynamic of a relationship. So they're doing their research, they're curious. They hear this R&B song, they say, "Oh, this is what the women want. Let me do it." And then to realize that no, it's not, because you know what? And to be honest, at the end of the day, a woman would prefer an assertive, masculine energy man who has multiple kids, not doing what he gotta do, not even providing, over a soft, passive man who is, has his own. And we see that. We see how 80% of women reproducing with 20% of men.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that song, I remember that song, and it always just didn't sound right to me. Like you working, you doing everything, then you come home and you cooking and you cleaning and you washing the clothes. It's like, no,
I
bro,
knew,
you gotta
I always knew the song, but I never thought about it until the other day I heard it and I was like, wait.
yeah, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? But a lot of guys, they just don't want to do all that. And I know guys who kind of still do stuff like that, and it's just like, yo, you got to tell your woman, all right, we need some boundaries set. Especially, like, this is my thing. There's a lot of women that are okay with that, but then say they want a guy to check them, but then will turn around and say they don't want a guy to that try to control them.
Mm,
So now you waking up, how do you feel about that, where you have so many women that say they don't want a simp, but they
mm.
don't want a man that controls them? Because I think it's confusing to a lot of guys who are still trying to hear what women are saying so they can be better men. So what do you think about that causing confusion to men?
I think it comes out of ignorance when these women say stuff like that. And it's unfortunate how much we as women are easily influenced by social media and the talking points that many people are saying, and then we just adopt it and say, okay, that's what I want too, without actually really thinking about it. Because you have a lot of these women who say they want an alpha man, but at the same time will say, oh, he's supposed to buy me flowers and take me to the parks, and or they want, with the rise of Kevin Samuels, a lot of these women all want a six-figure earner, but they want the man to be available to go to the kids' soccer games and to be available to do this. It's like, if you think about it logically, a man who is working 12 hours a day is not going to have time to go to the soccer games. But these women don't take a step back and think about it. I think it's because we didn't see a lot of men in our households, and then
Mm.
because the narrative that's being pushed is so one-sided, men don't have a opportunity to voice their opinion, or your men don't have talk shows like as much as women do. If
Mm.
they do, then we know it's the gay guys sitting on the talk show, sitting on the panel.
Or
um
the simp.
yeah, or the same, right? So I think also women is just it's from pure ignorance. It's them not knowing, not understanding the role, the masculine energy and the feminine energy, and then not realizing that you cannot have it all. And too many of us were raised on this Disney narrative that Prince Charming is going to come and he's going to be every single thing that we have on our list, and we should never lower our standards because God is going to send us our men. And then that's why so many of us find ourselves old and single.
Yeah, and you know what's so sad is I still see a lot of push. I'm like I said, I'm glad to see more sisters like you understanding and learning and trying to rebrand yourself to something different. But what I think is so sad is that even though men are trying to speak and saying certain things, it's like women still don't get it. So I had saw one of lead attorney's clip where he was talking to this one older sister. She probably was like early 40s, and she came on live and asked him, like, why is Kevin Samuels saying that a woman having a degree doesn't matter? So he tried to break it down to her and said, well, the reason is because do you want to bring like a lot of your finances to help the household, or do you want the guy to be, the breadwinner? So she said, I don't want to not bring anything to the table, but at the same time, I don't want to be the breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
So he still took an extra 10 minutes to explain the same thing for her to concede what his point was. So what do
And
you
these are
think about?
supposed to be educated women, right? I'm assuming
Yeah,
he's
and
into it. Yeah.
yeah, she had a PhD. she, she still didn't get it, and it's like, so in your opinion, what do you think about sisters who will say they want to be able to bring something to the table, but at the same time they don't want to be responsible for the load of the finances in the house, but they don't understand why men don't care about what money you make or your PhD.
You know what? I think again, it's this Disney World narrative. If from birth, right, you have been her, you people are telling you, hey, you can have whatever you want, you can have it all because you're a woman and your Prince Charming is going to come guaranteed. Never settle. Your Prince Charming is going to come. And these women have been hearing it from a young age. It's going to be hard to change that programming at at your early 40s, like the lady that the lead attorney was talking to. um it blows my mind every time, because even a simple concept like that, like if you don't plan on providing, paying majority of the bills, then why would a man care about your finances? Like logically it doesn't make any sense, but to see it go over so many women head, it's like wow. But as I said, it's because of years and years of programming. It's not gonna be broken. That mindset is just not gonna be broken with one clip from YouTube, or because these women
Mhm.
really, really believe that God is going to send them their perfect man.